cheese boys, cheese girls, and the cheese gang. You are now listening to Popcorn and Cheese.
Popcorn and cheese, call boy like friends like these.
Just arrived at the party, everybody's looking lonely. Grab me a drink just to fit in. I'm not into liquor, so this drink, it be kicking in. Who cares?
I've seen Jay. Who needs to take their pills?
Flip, that's me. I'm actually baking bread at home.
Yeah!
So I'm supposed to do something now. Sorry, God.
New hit single, Nana by Jota Scotta Spento, Lisa Butelezi Pascorito, Nandos.
Oh, nice. Good God.
Yo, hey, go on. Hey, bro, you know, that's from like a session I was doing, like, you know, because my music career, you know, starting off. So, yeah, that was a session I was doing with Jay Something the one time.
Jay Something from Mikaz. Nice. You know me, I have a...
Oh, that's probably Jay.
Oh,
that's probably Jay.
Me, it's my second wife.
Hey, Jay. Yeah, no problem, bro. Yeah, I'm working.
Except comes in a small. Beyonce.
Sorry, Jay.
You're with Beyonce. Oh, you wanna see me? Oh, okay, sure. Hello. Hello, Beyonce.
Yo,
No. Okay, say hello to... Oh, he's hiding in the bedroom. Oh, ish, I know. It's tough for him right now. Yeah, the other day I was in a recording session with Beyonce.
That's dope.
So, Ash, on a serious note, my chance, I was just like in a young car accident. So,
Are you okay?
I'm good. Like, it was just my left leg. But I'm getting there, and then the car is obviously, it's bad.
Yo, bro, you know me, Mpana, I was in a bus accident. Get driver bus. And I was doing my learners. You understand? Then I bumped into it. Like, my head doesn't work. You know, like, they had to do a brain transplant, you know.
Transplant?
Brain transplant and a heart transplant.
When was this?
Yeah? Like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm glad you're okay, dog.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, talking about being okay, I'm not okay, dog. Hey, me and the wife, you know, we...
Yo, bruh. Yo, bruh. Yeah, to even like me, I'm like even me, all of my girlfriends broke up with me at the same time. Like, I'm heartbroken.
Don't you have one girlfriend?
Yeah?
Don't you have one girlfriend?
No, I mean, you know, one is for MHS. I got two. Yeah.
So how do all of them know two?
Yeah, same time, same like WhatsApp group.
They both in the WhatsApp group with you?
Church mates. Yeah.
Are you guys cool though? You and the missus?
We cool, man, because, you know, it actually started
but
out
we're not
because we went
okay, dog.
swimming.
We are not okay. Like, you, I'm not like... Yeah, it's bad.
It's making me sad.
Yeah. Even my knee is like... What? My knee is painful.
No.
Yeah, bro. Anyway, are we still going to swim or what?
Yeah, the spot is open.
Yeah.
I just asked them to warm it up so that, you know, because, you know, us and cold water.
Me, I'm going to go jet ski with it. Jet ski, you know, it's like swimming with a motor.
Yeah, what time is it? Let's...
Yeah, it's actually...
Yeah. Yo, my time is better. It's like it's about the time in France right now as well. In France right now, 2:30. I mean, no, 2.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna get food.
Yeah.
You said you have those
Food?
those vouchers.
Voucher. Bruh, let me tell you now, I won a food voucher with the lottery. I have 7 million in food vouchers.
Lotto does food vouchers.
You don't know the lotto that I play? You don't know Lotto Plus Foods? You don't know Lotto Plus Foods?
Yo! Oh, wait. It's cut down. Yo, please just cut it at that food voucher. I was trying so hard not to laugh. I was talking.
That's why I never looked at you.
Somebody give me the mic so I can do my thing. Popcorn and cheese. Pop, 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 popcorn and cheese. Pop, 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 popcorn and cheese. Pop, 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 popcorn and cheese. Pop, pop, yeah. All right, you ready? Here we go. Like, we motivate and we laugh as well. Stay on brand, never hard to sell. Got real chats, not my LOL. So we both got gang and we blessed as hell. Se atlala, asadoy. Pattern on my guest, I'm nice and moy. Clear one of my bundles, not a joy. Said it's pop-ups and robot boy. Said it's pop-ups and robot boy. Awesome.
It's called boy like friends like these.
Hey.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey. That man looks like a screw ZCC. No?
I was about to say, it looks like Uncle Vinny now.
It's like a 2,000 para that went to private school. You don't know
Uncle Vinny smokes Cotley.
without the dreads.
And those 2 earrings are 2 gold teeth.
Those are shorts, eh? But at least he's wearing the right kicks.
Yeah, he came correct.
Came correct.
Yeah. He looks like my brother, though.
I was gonna say that looks like you during the struggle.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm still in the struggle.
You can't be in the struggle. You got a whole bag there. But
Oh, yeah. No, not that kind of struggle. I'm struggling for wealth.
the good struggle.
Yeah, it's a
You're
good
fighting the good fight. Turmeric.
Yeah?
Otherwise, boys,
You like chance?
are you know?
Yeah.
Oh, bruh.
Hey, it's been a while, man.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah.
We owe people something.
What do we owe them?
We owe people, but I think it's gonna be when it's just us.
Okay.
I need to tell everyone the actual plot of
Los Voros.
Yeah,
Please.
So, like full story of Los Voros, like where it begins and then ends. Remember, it's a story more than it is what you think it is.
Yeah.
Ungangifaki.
How long
I'm not lost in this Voros story.
How much watch time do you think people would increment?
No, it's the full one. It's the one where you start at the mall.
Yeah, that one you'd have to finish.
It would be like
No, not like that. Robot. You'd have to finish the movie, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never finished those kind of movies.
Straight to the point.
Something always happens. I don't know what.
Load shedding.
Yeah. I always lose interest halfway. I'm like, why am I doing this? I am a man of God.
Guys, speaking of things we owe people an apology also for the 1,000 signs that we had.
Yes.
Top right, in the
Yes.
screen, on the corner, on the floor. It's just popcorn and cheese.
Yeah.
So
It's just popcorn and cheese.
So
it was popcorn
what
and
we
cheese.
did-
One on the screen.
There's one here.
And then obviously we have another one on the screen there from Streaming Studios. Streaming Studios. Studios right here in Podcast where studios need to be. Load shedding, no problem. Generators generate electricity so that you may continue your podcasting needs.
Yeah.
Streaming Studios. Come give them a try.
here at our secret location at Podcast, at the corner, by Shell. If you also have an idea, like this light bulb here, that's what we do. Give people ideas. Streaming Studios.
And if we level the podcast, level popcorn and cheese right here, what you're watching right now.
You forgot streaming.
Oh,
Yeah, because that's what you do. The point of all of this is to plug those studios.
streaming studios. Iuna ki Matthew. Yo, guys,
man.
I won't lie, guys. I'm excited, bro.
Today's guest, bro. Today's guest is the one, bro. Is the one.
That guy had us singing Good Morning the whole day.
The whole day.
To the well, 12.
Out there.
Sanbonani.
There.
Like, and the thing is with Jay, there's just something, man. Yeah,
There's something.
Something about that guy.
Bro, I was going through all his childhood for doing research. You know, this man had a beard at 6. Full beard.
Imagine what was going on down there.
Donna.
So he
I'm
was
sure that's I won. Where's that thing?
There is 6. So during Christmas, he was Father Christmas. As the son in the house.
Imagine him and Father Christmas looking at each other. And now, Ntanga.
Why did you eat my cookies? Father. Sorry, man.
There must be a weird one when he walks past the Father Christmas at a mall and he's got a bigger beard than him. You know those ones at the mall?
Man. But
Have
yo,
you ever seen those Father Christmases like at the ghetto? You know?
yeah, like Leboa Khomo for the Christmas. And you can see he just borrowed his wife's wig.
And he's sweating. Like, how can a Father Christmas
all
be
are
sweating?
sweating. Why are they
He's
like
sweating?
sweating?
And the children are also
And then
sweating.
the sweat, you know what's funny? The clothing is always baggy.
Yes.
Because Father Christmas is supposed to be like built, like if
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
But then
So
the
bruise they get is
alcoholic,
like-
the guy you're sitting on is an alcoholic. Because you can smell the alcohol.
Father Christmas is like a tenderpreneur, nyana. Like
that body shape.
Yes. Because Father Christmas has got the toy tender. I get it.
I see.
Yeah.
And if you sit on his lap, he can give you what you want.
But, this is a family show.
Hey, Christmas edition.
Hi. Anyway, cheese boys, cheese girls, and the cheese gang. Mamela.
Yeah.
We've got a guy with a voice so heavenly sent. GQ's top 39 handsomest guy in South Africa.
and then like number 39.
Yes.
On the dot.
On the dot.
Please.
Ki chef. Ki sibini. Ki husband. Ki father.
Yo.
Bare, he is in our house today. But you know what they say? Mi casa is su casa. Please put your digital hands together. Help us welcome Jay Something! JJ! Shut up!
I brought my Father Christmas pants.
Yo, that's a
I won't lie.
Yeah.
Came with a drip.
No, the drip is drippy.
You know,
All for
drip.
you, Oaks. I don't know why this oak thought about what's going on down there when I was 6 years old. That was fucking weird. That was weird. bro.
family show.
No, that was weird.
What did you?
I wasn't thinking about it.
You
No,
clearly
you
weren't
did,
thinking.
you did. You were thinking about Jay Something.
Yeah. I'm happy to be here.
Yo, thank you for coming
I'm
through,
sorry,
bro.
man.
Yeah.
A ring high waist jean mongwane.
Chef, what's going on?
No one thing about Jay something, the drip, dog.
All the
You
time.
must know if you can do a tuck-in. No.
On a high waist.
You understand?
Corduroy denim overall pants. Come on, Tuana. With a zip on the side.
On the
In
side.
case you wanted to bell bottom. Come on with it.
In case you wanted to Musa keys.
Yes.
How you, bro?
I'm amazing. Yeah, brand new day. I'm happy to be here.
Right.
I'm really proud of you, Oaks. It's been nice to watch. Online. It's been nice to see.
Thank you, bro.
So I'm stoked to be here. Thank you very much.
Bro, we've always wanted you here. You know, Jay, I've been hounding you for the longest of times, my dogs.
Not really, but I mean, yeah.
Man, don't be this guy. What's going on?
I'm guest what number 459 at my GQ status. I'm actually one GQ's best dressed. I'm actually number 1.
Oh, nice
Come on.
It was a long time
Hallelujah.
ago, but
When it started.
when it started,
It's the accolade. That's
You won
token- I was the
GQ
token guy,
when you
yeah.
still had a Markham's account.
when it was still G.
yeah,
Bro.
I've actually got no idea what to expect today. But anyway,
Expect the unexpected. Let's start from the beginning, bro.
Yeah, man.
Those cameras are yours. There are cheese boys and cheese girls out there watching, thinking, who is this second most handsomest guy on Popcorn and Cheese here today? No, obviously. So, please.
Second.
Akira pops. And then Naki robot the times 3, so you'll take 4th
Come
place,
on,
my
number
brother.
1. Who's number 1?
Don't make me say it.
All that matters.
We
is
know who's number
definitely
3.
not you, bro.
Wow.
We know who's number 3.
Jay, bro, please look into that camera and tell us who you are. Full name, bro.
Full name.
Yeah, like-
you guys are definitely not getting that.
Full
on camera 'cause I know
name?
you Oaks. Okay,
Full
well,
name?
my full name, actually, yeah.
And what it is you do for them.
Yeah.
My full name. Why are you making me do this?
Jay, don't. Yeah.
My name is João Carlos. That's my first name, actually. And then my full name is João Carlos Lisa Botelho da Fonseca. So in Portugal, you get given, for example, Lisa is my mom's maiden surname. Botelho is my great-grandmother's surname, and she was kind of like a matriarch in the family. And then da Fonseca is of Fonseca, which is my surname. What do I do for a living? I spend my time trying to explore my capabilities and curious about my passions, and I try and use my time to uncover as much of me as I possibly can. Yeah.
Beautiful answer from a beautiful man. That is João Jambolis Lisa Buthelezi. Forte Fosco.
Man, there's not one name
I think I
there.
heard
can
Buthelezi
pronounce
in there.
that. That's why not J something.
Yes, exactly.
I had a civil player somewhere there.
Exactly.
You helped all of us with
play Buthelezi. I was happy.
we were not going to sell any CDs.
No, good God.
New hit single, Nana by Jota Scotta Spento, Lisa Buthelezi Pascorito, Nandos.
Oh, nice. Good God.
Oh my God.
Bro.
Bro, that was such a beautifully articulated answer. Robot.
It's basing a robot thing. Huh?
Yeah.
Robot.
Look at the screen. No one can see what happened.
Robot. And he's the only one who eats popcorn.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm just like, where's my popcorn?
Hey, you
That's fine.
rock this
For
popcorn,
the people
too.
at home, nothing happened. Everything is still fine.
Yeah.
Here in Streaming Studios, where everything is always fine. Say something.
Come to Streaming Studios, Parkhurst. I don't know what else, but just come.
In the motion.
Yeah.
Jay, bro, your upbringing, dog. Were you born in Portugal, and how long did you stay in Portugal before you decided, you know what, greener pastures await for me in Saudi?
Yeah, I was born in Portugal. I was born in the south of Portugal, in a province called Algarve, which is kind of where the nice beaches are, and it's really like a summer destination.
Nice?
Guys,
Okay. Nice beaches.
I was waiting for
And articulate.
you guys.
And I came to South Africa when I was 7. My father worked in the hospitality industry, and he moved down. He got a post in the Eastern Cape working for Sun International. So he was opening up. Well, not opening up. He was working at a hotel called Fish River Sun, which was quite an iconic hotel back in the day.
Back in the
It's gone to
day, yeah.
dogs now, though. But yeah, and then that's in a nutshell. I was born there.
Born there, so you moved
Grew
here.
up there until I was 7, and then came here when I was 7. Didn't know a word of English.
I was going to ask, did you know how to speak
Hectic.
English when you got here?
Afrikaans, Xhosa. I had to learn it all at the same time, which was pretty cool. Yeah, and then grew up with a single mom. My dad and my mom split up after a while, and been raised by my mom.
So I saw a thing about vendor.
Yeah, actually, so I've got a brother who's 10 years older than me, who always wanted a brother, and my mom and my dad were trying, and then 10 years later they were living in Venda, and I was technically supposed to be born in Venda, but I was 6 months pregnant. My mom wanted me to have a Portuguese. Well, my mom is like super proud to be Portuguese, so she wanted me to go back and be born. And so yeah, Venda is always like been a special place for me to like go and perform at, because I don't know, it's just something I feel there, like
That
I don't
connection.
know, spiritually or
Yeah, no, vendor is a special place.
yeah. Are you from there?
No, I'm from Limpopo.
Oh, Limpopo.
No,
Oh, yeah,
he's
yeah,
from the. Yo, did you see that?
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah.
There's something about there's something about Venda, and there's something about East Africa as a whole that, like, I don't know, just like human energy, there's something special.
Which countries are in the East Africa?
Oh, Kenya, Tanzania,
Eastern
Zambia,
Cape. So.
Mosaic.
Eastern Cape.
I knew someone was about to say Eastern
No,
Mosaic.
like Kenya, Ghana.
Eastern Mosaic.
No, can somebody please get a map inside the studio
man.
so that these guys can study the world?
Cote d'Ivoire.
I heard Congo here.
Okay.
Uganda, good God.
That's crazy.
Ukambia da.
Yeah, Liberia. one
So what's your upbringing like? Siblings? Is that the only brother? you
Yeah, I've
have?
got an older brother, Bruno. He's actually played such an integral role in my career.
Bruno Mars.
Yes,
It makes sense.
We look alike. Yeah.
Yeah, I will catch a grenade.
Oh, that's why Anna is darker, because you grew up in Venda.
And he caught a grenade.
Exactly.
Yes. You got.
But why don't you Oaks just, carry on with the rest of the story there? Because I've got no idea where to go from Bruno Mars.
Okay, let's go back to your actual brother.
Bruno, my brother. I've got an older brother. Yeah. He's an incredible creative and played a very integral role in the making of Mikasa from day one.
Crazy.
He created the brand, and
What does Bruno do?
he's He's a brand architect, so he kind of he's got a design background,
Okay. Okay.
but he's designed pretty much all our albums till this day, and I work a lot with him. But yeah, that's my brother.
Bro, so you
Lives that side still
That's dope.
in
Venda.
in Portugal. In
Oh.
Portugal.
in Portugal.
Yeah.
So, bro, you come to South Africa, you don't know a lick of English. You now all of a sudden learning Afrikaans, Xhosa,
Yeah, and English.
and English all at the same time, right? You're schooling here. Bruh, tell us about like what it was like for you in school, number one, and what did you want to be in that time? Like when you were in school, what did you dream of becoming when you got older?
Yes, I think when you ask the question, I think of like junior school first because that's when I arrived. So I arrived like in pre-primary type of thing, and it was different. It was different for me because we lived in the staff village in the hotel that my dad was working at, and I'll never forget that day because these two kids, Mbasa and Mpiwe, they threw a ball at me, and I obviously tried to chest
trap.
bring it down. Because the only ball we have in Portugal is a round soccer ball. It's like you don't see any other balls growing up, and the ball bounced off my chest, but it went another way. I was like, and I remember running to my mom and crying and just being like, I hate this place. I want to go back home because it was a rugby ball. And it was just like, how do you play? They don't know. They don't make soccer balls properly.
They don't even have real balls here, mom.
This is Africa.
Yeah, but I think also just looking back at that time and looking at who I am today, I think it definitely played a huge role in me because I was almost taken from a different place, and I was put in a completely different place with different people, different languages, different cultures. And I think that instead of it shocking me, I think what it did is it made me curious.
molded you.
I was like, wow, this is cool. There's like another language. There's like another skin tone. There's a whole nother vibe. Everything was just so different. So I kind of, as a kid, and it's not something that I was intentional about, it was just something that I embraced. I was just curious. So the language learning for me was super fun. I still, till this day, I still dig languages.
Yeah.
I still think it's a really cool way to connect with people and at least open up a small little door. That shows a little sign of respect. But yeah, a lot of that upbringing was spending a lot of time on my own. My mom was working in the restaurant, in her restaurant. My dad was working in the hotel. So that industry as a whole is, you never see your parents pretty much. And a lot of time with my helper at home watching Days of Our Lives and
Standard.
Bold and beautiful.
some rooibos tea and some bread, so that's kind of like, I remember that part of it. And then I remember kind of learning and just, learning about cricket, learning about learning about all these different things that for me was just different. So when I look back at it now, I see a lot of who I am based off,
What you
the
experienced.
groundwork that was done unintentionally and intentionally.
And what did you want to be like when you were young?
Bro,
did you want to
I
be a
had my
sports star?
phases. Yeah, I had my phases. I remember being young and wanting to be a pilot. I had no
Same,
idea.
dog.
I just wanted to
Yeah.
fly a plane. I thought that was cool.
That's crazy.
Always at school, I was always into sports. I always felt like I could be a sportsman. And yeah, I would say I wanted to be a musician like from a young age because I have photos of like me with the little piano and me. I'm always told by my mom and dad and by my brother that I would want everybody to keep quiet and just listen to me sing. So I would have this fake guitar and sing a song in front of everybody. And so I kind of I would say I had that dream, but I don't think it was a verbal one that I said I want to be a singer.
That you almost
some
spoke
of
into
our
existence.
some of our dreams are not yet said, I think the power really comes when you say them and you're like, I'ma pursue that.
Yeah, and did
So-
your family like music, or maybe you got the taste from your mom? I'm just asking.
Where
My
that
mom
influence
reckons
comes
it's from her, I don't know if she's a good singer. I don't know. I don't know.
Mama.
Funny enough, my brother also, he can hold it down on a mic. He's really good. But it wasn't, if there was music anywhere in my upbringing, it was from an uncle of mine, Lujet. He's still around, and he's my uncle, and he had all these vinyls, and he would collect vinyls but like a guy that would, so he would take a vinyl and then he would record it to tape so that you could listen to it. So you weren't allowed to listen on vinyl. That was his thing every now and then. So I remember like listening to Tracy Chapman and Dave Matthews Band, but all on tape, all on like a little Walkman. I would say that was like a little bit of an influence, but I think the real influence came when I was in high school. The real influence came when I was in high school, and I was 13, and I had to be a Newport. I was a boarder, so you had to look after a matric.
Oh yeah.
And I had this
Yeah,
matric.
yeah.
He was a Buddha. He had just gone to the bush, and he'd come out, and I had to look after him. Tazooks and
Utazooks.
Utazooks.
Ja, Bruder.
Yeah.
Bruder.
Yeah, Buddha, yeah. And he had a hi-fi system in his room. So every day I had to wake him up, and then he would go for a shower. I'd make his bed, get his clothes ready for school. For school.
Wait, why?
But at that time, it was. I look back at it, and it was actually
Boarding school
cool
rules.
vibe. Yeah,
Boarding
That's the
school,
rules.
when you were junior, you look after.
yeah.
Yeah,
It was cool. It taught me a lot.
It's almost like initiation.
It was exactly that. It came in handy. This one time, this other oak was causing trouble with me, and he was a bit older than me, and I just called Tazooks.
Tazooks.
Brought him into the
Tazooks.
room and said,
Sort him out.
Chonga chaps.
Chong. Yeah.
Tazooks.
He switched off the R. Kelly. Chonga chaps.
Yeah, that looks so sound.
Look better.
Yeah.
It was on that hi-fi system that it was Music Soul Child, Genuine, 112, D'Angelo. It was these singers, Craig David, these guys that really made me want to sing. You know, back in the days, I was into the Michael Jacksons and the Tracy Chapmans and these type of people.
Yeah.
But these singers, these voices, Boys to Men, that vibe really made me want to sing.
That's so dope. And then, so at which point do you realize that actually I can sing and actually I'm a crazy creative?
Do I call you Robot? It sounds, Robot, just for the sake of...
Z, you can call me Z.
Yeah. I always feel weird when somebody calls me Jay something, because especially when we're talking, because then it's a little bit more intimate. But
I call you Jotter. Is that fine?
yeah, Jota.
No, I found out that J
Jota is Jay.
in Portuguese. Jota.
If I'm completely honest with you, bro, I still to this day have my insecurities about singing. I still don't
watch
know.
it.
And I'm being completely vulnerable and honest. It's this
thank you
thing
for that.
about
Shout out,
being
yeah.
a creative. You
Always
never quite
self-criticizing
know.
yourself.
Yeah, and it's something that I don't wish away because it keeps me on my toes. I recently did a festival and I watched the performers before me, and I was like, yeah, you guys were cool. But let me show you how it's done, because I'm a competitive guy, internally. So, but I think it was at high school, 13, 14. My mom bought me a guitar, and then I started to writing music. I went to church actually for the first time in high school because all the honeys were going to church.
Definitely.
The right reasons. Come on. Hallelujah. That's why we all went.
Yeah, exactly.
For Sunday school.
Yes.
Sunday school.
Yeah, bro.
Titi.
When did you start looking for honeys, bro?
You said for Sunday school, not in Sunday school.
Bro.
We gotta analyze this so carefully.
Yeah.
Sunday school, you were thinking about me when I was
Anyway, you don't
family
forget
show.
about
It's a
that
family
one.
show.
It's a family show.
Sure, yeah.
So I went to church, and then there was a prophet, and I had no idea what a prophet was. She was a lady, and the room was full. Yeah, I don't know if you call it a prophetess or whatever. It was a prophet.
A prophetess.
Prophetess. And in this room of like 500 kids, she called me up. First time ever I went to church, and she stopped and she said, "You." And she called me, and I was like, "No, please."
Did you look like the other children?
I had no. Yeah. I was dressed. We were all in school uniform, bro.
I mean, skin tone.
Yeah. Well, it was mixed. It was a mixed school. It was,
okay.
Yeah. And and she sat me on a wooden stool and she pressed record on a tape. And my mom still has that tape. And she said, "God wants to use you in music."
Bars.
And I was nowhere near music at that time. I swear to God, man. It still freaks me out till this day because, Anyway, and
That's dope.
and I said to her midway, because now it was getting awkward, and she's like, "You play music?" And I'm like, "No, I don't." And then she said, "No, you do. Think a little bit." And I was like, "Well, when I was 9, I had gotten a guitar. And I learned guitar for 6 months with this guy that was playing guitar at my mom's restaurant. And he then passed, and then I was like, whatever, I'm done with this. And then I said to her, because now it was like awkward. All these people are watching. I'm in front of the stage, and she's telling me that God wants me to play music. And I'm telling her I don't do music. I'm like more of a rugby player and whatever. And then I said to her, "Well, I played guitar." And she's like, "Well, God wants you to pick up the guitar again." And I thought, okay. And I'll never forget walking back to hostel and saying to my mom, "Yo, just been to church. God says you should buy me a guitar. And my poor mother,
Cool conversation. Yeah, right, Sean.
she bought me a little guitar, and that's when I started writing, and that's when I started to tell the guys at the hostel, yo, listen to this. And then eventually I'd take the guitar to the girls' school, go and play there. And that was where I started to feel like, yeah,
Some form of
I have
purpose?
something. It's cool. Purpose. I think thrill. I think like a dopamine release of like, wow, this is cool. You know, like even saying it, I get like this.
Goosebumps.
I love singing, bro. Like I sing all the time. And the fact that I get to do it and make money from it is like why I never want to die. It's like why I really want to be here for as long as possible.
That
Yeah.
is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
And Jay's not lying, bro. At the Masked Singer, bro, we all have our backstage areas. You'll walk in, you'll walk past some music room, and you just hear, and yeah, you walk past Tello shows his rooms like, yeah, ngifuna ukuthenga iPorsche orange manje sengikhathele lezi. You walk past Jay's room, just hear,
It's true, man.
That's just a
And he
crazy way
always
to
sings
put it,
until
bro.
you are interested, then he stops.
yeah. You open the door, you're like, Jay, which song is it? Nah, bro, I'm just working on it. Come in.
Let me tell you, Jay
Then he records you.
Something was singing at Bacardi Holiday Club soundcheck, and people started gathering.
Yeah.
So it's how they were dressed and the time that made them go, no, it can't be their performance now. But just from his soundcheck, everybody's eyes and ears was just like, so, you know, and I think that's the gift, like with that encounter you had. And I want to ask, after that encounter, did you ever think of going into like ministry, being a pastor? Or
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a dream for so long of like I was super involved in church. Like I was lead of worship, varsity. I went to Stellenbosch University and I knew nobody. And I think church is cool because it makes you, gets you into a community of people.
It does.
One of the
It really
cool things
does.
about
Yes.
church, you know?
Yes.
Fellowship.
Yeah, just
Bars,
meeting
yeah.
people and vibe like that. And I led worship, I led cell groups, I did the whole vibe, you know. And yeah, there was a part of me. I've written many, you know, what they would call worship songs. But my mind changed a little bit down the line. You know, I figured that my purpose lies a little bit more towards speaking about love and light in not such a defined way. You know, I think it's for me personally where I'm at the moment today. I've almost outgrown it. I felt like my spiritual mind has outgrown that narrowness of outlook. It's my personal opinion, my personal outlook. But yes, and I still love it. I still worship God all the time, every day, all the time, just in a slightly different way. I think I'm constantly in awe of how lucky we are, man.
Yeah.
To be alive. And that for me is like worship.
Look, Jay, I think God gives us talents and he allows us to touch people with those talents and to connect with them in various ways, right? What you have is a God-given talent. Literally, God sent a messenger to tell you while you were busy playing with rugby balls that, hey, man, this is not what you're going to do.
Yeah.
You're going to pick up a guitar and you're going to touch people. And that's what you've done.
Yeah.
You know, your ministry has been
I agree.
what you've done with your talent. Bro, there's so many people who you've healed with your voice, with your words. So many people you've encouraged. So many people you've given hope to, right?
Yeah, thanks.
And
I'd like to think. I know so, actually.
Yes, right? And I think a lot of the times, and I completely hear what you're saying, is that a lot of the times, a lot of people get driven away from the church because a lot of churches and a lot of church people like to condemn each other for certain behaviors or certain thing. And not even God condemns you.
Yeah.
You know, we condemn ourselves.
Yeah.
So I think what you're doing is still the Lord's work.
Yeah, man. I think, you know, 2019, I had like a chapter of my life that nobody knows about, and I'm not mature enough to speak about it right now, but it was the hardest moment of my life. It was a chapter in my life where I was launching my own gin, I was launching a restaurant, I was launching album, I was doing all this stuff, and nobody had a clue what was going on in my life. And why I'm bringing this up is that I think we feel the greatest joy when we go through the greatest hardship. It's the only way you can, you know, the other day my kid said, I just want sunshine. And I'm like, no, my dear, you don't. You want the rain. Because the only way you know the sunshine is when you know the rain. So for me, just to bring it back to the point is that for me, you know, the Lord's work or this whole idea, you know, it's about being intentional about your life.
Yes.
Whatever you believe in.
Yeah.
You have time. And the time either gets used up or you just let it float by.
Sure.
And I think for me, it's just about like being like one day at a time. I'm like super intentional. In 2019, I said, I'm unboxing myself. I don't want to have, like, one of the things that I don't like about society is that it tends to have to be group culture. Like, we all need to be a part of this thing.
You must.
And what happens is you lose out on your individual journey because now you're part of a clan. Which there was beauty. I mean, if you study it, it's all got to do with fire and then agriculture and this whole thing that brought people together, humans. But for me, it's like just about like, I'm passionate about us and us as a community and as a nation and as a people and as humanity, but I'm also super passionate about me, my journey, my time. Like, I know you think I should be doing X, Y, Z. I know this book says it should be this way. But like, can I just figure this stuff out for myself? Like, can I feel? Can I hear? Can I watch? Can I listen, you know? Can I experience and then make up my mind? That's where I'm at.
But it's like someone as busy as you, that must be very difficult to kind of manage between all the things that you're involved in and to be yourself. And or have you found a way to kind of be yourself throughout everything that you have to do, or do you have to spend time like this? Because I'm sure even right now you have expectations. There are expectations from you that would expect you to be part of a group.
I think that it's, you know, one of the things that I always find weird about this industry that we're in is that it's really weird speaking about myself all the time. So like, I think that a question like that would be better targeted at somebody that knows me really well. So I think that because I think I don't change. I work every day to like stay constant because who else do I need to be other than me?
But then yourself.
If I am.
Self-love.
But if you had to ask my wife, I think my wife would be very quick to say that like, dude, if the Soak's at home, if he's on stage, if he's here, like, I try and not change, not for anybody, but for myself. You know, there's this relationship that we have with the mirror, which is, I regard the most important relationship I have. It's with me, man. Like, this has got nothing to do. I know a lot of people are watching, etc., but like, it's really not about them. My life is really about me. Yeah. Your life is really about you. And as long as we observe one another. But with that said, I think I get where you're going with it. And I would be lying to say that I don't feel pressure to change. Whether it's to change my sound, you know, now everybody's into my piano, so Mikasa should do my piano. No. Like, everybody's wearing that. No, I should wear it. Yeah. It's just about trying, I think. But then there's times where like, yeah, I like that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna say that because I think that resonates with me. So, yeah.
Can I answer that for you? Because you said someone that knows me should answer. Bro, Jay is Jay through everything he does. Right? There's a plethora of things that Jay something does.
I know.
You heard it. This man...
Was that an English appreciation moment?
It was.
It was.
We give that
I felt that too.
A lot of people...
We give that language too much respect.
We really do.
Let's throw Portuguese. Yeah. You know, Jay is a peri-peri kind of guy. You understand?
He was about to say something serious and beautiful about me. Can we go back to that moment, please?
Oh, wait. We're not focused on yourself.
No. I'm trying.
So, as somebody who knows Jay, right? And as someone who also knows what it's like, especially in our industry, bruh. In order to be successful in entertainment, what people don't realize is you have to wear a lot of hats. And you have to do so many things, right? And sometimes you'll meet people who are so many things, but you'll meet them doing something and they're not that version of themselves that you remember. So you'll go, Ish, today I was with this person, but they were like this.
Yeah.
But I understand, it was probably the stress of this. Or you go, hey, I was with this person and they were around these people today.
And then they behaved this way.
They didn't even act like they knew me. Jay is Jay something, whether he's cooking, whether he's singing, whether he's with his friends, whether he's with his family, whether he's a detective on The Masked Singer. I've seen Jay Who needs to take their pills?
Flip, that's me. I'm actually baking bread at home. So I'm supposed to do something now. Sorry. Can you just make it so that it's stopped now? Sorry.
Call
Cheese.
someone.
Yeah.
Go,
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Do you have
Can
somebody?
we get back on track, please?
Oh, so
Are you gonna bend the bread now?
Yeah, but now
No.
She seeing you must.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
It's in short.
It's in short.
Yeah, bro. So to wrap that up,
Sukasa on fire.
basically,
Mikasa on fire.
Mikasa on fire. That's the next album. Mikasa on fire.
It's your brother to
First
design.
song is Prego.
Bruno
My song is Prego.
Like bread.
with like bread in the house.
Oh my god.
Emunati.
Prego, Ben Prego.
Pray.
Second song is At Least I Have Myself. Nah, bro. Honestly, as someone who knows you, you are you throughout. Jay is Jay, whether he's performing at a big gig, at a small gig, whether there's 10,000 people in the crowd or we're doing a gig for like 100 people.
Yeah.
You get full Jay, right? And his whole thing, especially as a performer, now I'm going to talk about you as a performer. It's all about connecting with the audience. I've never been with Jay where we've done a gig and we've done many gigs together. I've never seen him do a gig and be like, hey, bro, I need to go. I've got the next thing. So I'm just going to quickly do a song or two and then bounce. Whatever audience you perform to, your whole thing is about like, I want to connect with you. You talk to the audience. You pull
my
out your
whole
guitar.
thing, my whole obsession with you, and I'd love to share this with you because I think it's brought me the greatest fruit in my life. My greatest obsession in my life is to not be there or not be there, but just to be here. Like, it's just, bro, like our minds just try and take us to the past and then you worry about stuff that has happened, you regret, you
Versus what's
or
coming.
you worry about the future and
Instead
you're
of
like,
being-
oh my God, what's going to happen? And you're like, wait, whoa. Right here, right now. So like when I hit the stage, when we are, it's, and I appreciate the words, but it's all really just about being here. Like if we're going to talk and we're going to be on this podcast, and I don't know what the whole objective is for you, Oaks, but when I see this idea, I see that it's to talk.
Yeah.
If we really are here to talk, let's talk about whatever's on your mind, but here, not thinking about my bread or it's just about being present. Yeah. And I also think it's got a lot to do with our identity. Like where does your identity lie? I think a lot of people in our industry, their identity is their persona. It's like, I'm this guy, that's why I said like, what is your name? See, like, who are you? Because for me, yeah, like we've broken the walls here a little bit,
Yeah.
So,
I don't walk out of my house thinking I'm Jay something. I don't arrive here thinking I'm Jay something.
Yes,
I'm
you come
always
here
João,
knowing you
just
are
me, yeah.
João Patrascuta, Luis Buthelezi, Lisa Buthelezi.
I wanted to echo
Nando's.
what Pops was saying because, from it's basically, and this is what the industry we have, it's basically having self-love. And from having seen you online and on platforms and on TV, you gave this is who this guy is, positive energy. And the day I met you in Cape Town, that 10 minutes was, this is exactly what I thought I was going to encounter. And that's what I encountered. And from what Pops is saying, with seeing you in different areas, but still being the same person, you don't have a liquid character. And the industry has a liquid character. A liquid will take form of whatever it's in. So if it's in a bottle, this water will be straight. If you put it in a bucket, it will be round. If you put it on the floor, it will be flat. So it's when you don't have that liquid character that you understand who you are and where you are and where you're going. And that's why you're not shaken or wavered by everything else.
Bro,
All right, I've
talking
got a
about
question.
identity, yeah, okay.
like, okay, Sharp, it's cool to know yourself and all that. I'm just playing devil's advocate there. It's cool to know yourself and stuff, but I feel like some people get fixated in this idea of being complete. Like, I'm complete, I'm like this, I'm like this. It's like, but there's a lot of things that you're still in a journey, even if you are within yourself, right?
Yeah.
So changing doesn't mean, for me, that's how I look at it. Like, change for me doesn't mean that I am doing something else that the crew is. Sometimes you have to experience certain things. Like the certain restaurants I don't like, or the certain foods that I wasn't raised to think are good. But then you go there and you taste it for yourself, like, oh, Titi likes this. And
Prawns.
not, like many people always eat
Don't
pap.
eat prawns.
That's learning and adapting.
I guess, but it also, if you think about it on a top level, that can apply to every single thing. So many people are not changing their lives because
Yeah.
they feel like, you know what, I'm like this, I'm complete.
Why are we catching strays?
No.
I think what you're saying
What if
makes
you're
me
a
think about
vegetarian?
the fact that like winning or the idea of winning or the idea of arriving tends to be more glamorized than the idea of the journey.
Yeah.
And I think for me, it's not
Yes,
about
bro.
arriving. It's not about being complete. It's not about like having all my stuff together. It's actually about realizing that this is a journey and I'm actually pretty stoked with where I'm at right now in my journey.
Accept
I've
it, bro.
arrived
Accept
today.
the
So
now.
like, so for me, it's not about like knowing yourself is not a process that ends, dude. Like knowing yourself is because yourself changes. You go through so much change. So if you are not, I think adapting is way more important. It's like
Yeah.
dealing with what comes your way. Like that is more important. There's no right or wrong. We are so obsessed with opposites, bro. Like we are so like it has to be black or white, right or wrong, yes or no. It's like why? Why? Like why can't it be a little bit? Why can't it be different for me and you? Like you said, like you taking the piss, but like prawns or pap, what? Like, dude, like you are you, and that's the thing of group culture.
Yes.
Oh no, we should all be wearing these kicks because like that's the thing. It's like nah, fam, like just try and find you a little bit as well in the midst of the thing. So I don't have it all together. I don't think I'm complete.
Yeah.
I'll be complete, I guess, the day that I die.
Yeah.
Because that will be my time complete.
Yes.
And yeah.
Oh,
Bars.
preach, Pastor J. Preach.
I know you're starting,
Bro.
the church.
No, honestly, bro, like, I'm sitting here and we're having this conversation, but I really feel like you're talking to me, right? Because everything you're saying is everything that I've been battling with or dealing with over the years and struggling to figure out, A lot of us, like you said, live in the present, or we define ourselves by characters we build, or we worry too much about the future. So we don't enjoy the present. We don't give fully of ourselves to the people around us in a specific time because you're worried about what's next. Or will I still be relevant? Or will I still be hot?
Sure.
Instead of doing stuff. And also worrying about like, what if I pivot and do something else just because I'm interested? And you're like, but Jay something would, what did people say if Jay something is cooking? No, that's not how it works. Joao likes to cook.
One question I hate that my wife loves that you've just said is what if? Like I play the game with her, every now and then, like, what if we win the lotto? And then it's like, yeah, I'll do this, this, and this, And I changed it one night in bed and we were talking about this and I said to her, you know what? Let's just stop playing this what if game. Let's write what we want. Like, like what if we win the lotto? Then you start saying, oh, I'd go on this holiday, I'd do this. She even said something to me like she would do, it was something so random. Like she would put up a tombstone on a grave of somebody she loves. And I was like, what are you waiting for? Let's just go and do it now. Like if that's what you really want. And you realize that what you actually want is actually closer than you actually
so
think.
easily attainable.
And applying some intentionality towards it is a game changer.
Yeah.
So the what if is the problem. The what if is our big problem. And sometimes it's cool because it makes you hopeful. That's cool.
It builds your faith.
Yeah.
In the future.
There's nothing wrong with the past and the future, by the way, in my opinion. Like I think that there's valuable lessons in the past and there's some beautiful dreams in the future.
Yes, I agree. But a lot of us, which is the problem, Jay, is a lot of us live there.
Oh yeah. I was about to say, how much time do you spend there?
Like,
Now,
what are you prioritizing?
Yeah.
Between years greatest,
Bro,
you think years good as your last work?
Yeah.
Come and say, yo, in 2002, I made this smash hit.
You're only as good as your last gig.
Yeah.
That's why, and I think that's what also put me under pressure with comedy as well. At a certain point in my life, is the phrase "you're only as good as your last gig," or "you only get your next booking from your last gig," put you under so much pressure to constantly kill and constantly be the best. Where sometimes you just need to connect to the audience.
And
you don't have to bring out all the fireworks,
And also like being okay with nothing ever being the same, because nothing is ever the same.
My man.
So like that for me is also like super true, man. It's like, yo, go and kill it. Go and like I apply a lot of pressure to myself. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, whether it's a small little gig or a big gig, I'm like, yo, don't let yourself down. Like walk off that stage being like, that's why I get paid to do what I do.
That's what
Tips said.
Tip said, yeah.
Okay.
Tip said in one of the episodes that Tsepo Mokhale booked him and he was like, yo, I've never met you, but I heard you funny. Come through. I'm giving you 10 minutes. don't disappoint yourself. Didn't say don't disappoint me.
Yeah.
I said don't disappoint
Again,
yourself.
just back to the relationship with self, like who you doing it for, who's cheering you on, who is the person that you are waiting for praise from. Is it from others or is it from you?
I love that, bro. Jay, I need to ask you a very important question, dog.
Tell me.
What do you identify as?
I think primarily I would identify myself as a human being. I think that for me is like the big thing. I'm clearly a human. I may not have the same skin tone as you. I may not be as tall as you, as short as you, whatever it may be.
Some people identify as robots.
Yeah,
Like, that's
exactly.
a story for another day,
something.
Jay, you know?
But I would say that would be my primary sort of definition. And then there's other little things that I don't think are that important to mention, Like, am I a man? Am I like, yeah, I think I am. Like, but those things are secondary in a way. Like if we had to go down that route, bro, I don't think it's like that beneficial. I'm a human being. I'm a man. I'm from Europe. I'm Portuguese. I sing. I cook. Like these are all forms of identity that are way too shallow. I don't have a box, and that's the hardest thing to define. How do I identify myself?
You know me, before I saw you, I thought you were a black guy when you were singing. I didn't know.
I've always heard that a lot. It's always like made me a little bit, I don't know how to feel about that, like I really don't. I don't know what it means. I kind of get what it means, but it's not intentional. I'm not like wearing, a lot of people are like, oh, you're always wearing All-Stars, so you like a black oak. And I'm like, no, dude, like, why?
White kids wear All-Stars.
Or just because I know how to say Sanbonani.
To the world.
Yeah.
To
the world. I hate it when I hate it when people get like
confuse you for a white person.
No, I mean it happens
Now and then.
Inventor. I inventor. I'm Jay something.
Vujay.
I don't like. Okay, not hate it. It really. And I understand its history. I think that history hasn't been kind to everyone, right? And I'm not talking about like apartheid or anything.
I get it.
Our mentality, like it hasn't been kind to your mentality. But it really gets to me sometimes when people clap for a person who they perceive shouldn't know a language, and then they know the language. It's like a colored person speaks Spadi. Yeah, and it's like you are actually creating a boundary for them to start learning because you're glamorizing you're making the points of
But it's
entry.
also the
should be
reason,
normal.
like, I'm not going to lie, it's also the reason why I get such a thrill from it. Like, if I go up to somebody in the Eastern Cape and I say Molueni or Molo, and I see their face, I'm like, yeah, I see you, and I'm
But
in
that's what
your
it says
area.
To me. It says to
Yes.
me, you see me.
Yeah. The only definition that I don't have, and I'm not sure if I really want to go there, but like this whole
let's
thing
go
of black and white, I don't like, you'll never hear those words come out of my mouth, not in my house. My wife is African or darker skinned. I'm lighter skinned. I'm European. She's black.
Your
I'm
children
white.
are Trevor Noah.
None of that stuff for me, man. I think it's shallow.
Sure.
And I think you spoke about history, and I think it's a really important topic, bro. Like if you want to stay at the surface, then you keep calling yourself whatever it is you want to call yourself. But if you want to dive a little bit deeper and go past where everybody else is trying to keep you and dig a little bit deeper, you'll realize how small and how young the term of you being called black and me being called white is. It's a very young terminology.
Yeah.
Why is it that you are black, I'm white, and then they are Indian and Asian?
And then there's
So they are defined by where they come from. You are defined by
what you look like.
night.
not
And you are
even by
divine
what
by
you look
day.
like, because it's not, bro.
Yeah,
Come on, like your T-shirt, dude. Like if we really are using Pantone colors to
I'm
define
black,
things.
but I'm black. So what am I wearing?
Yeah.
A black
If
t-shirt.
Jay is white, then what is he
But you
wearing?
have to research it, Oaks.
No,
You guys
see what
have
I
to
mean?
research.
Crazy
Like,
No,
example.
that one is true.
it's mad, bro. When you research it and when you figure it out, like what is? Anyway.
No, Jay, go. No.
No,
But just try and think of the things that it represents. And that's what grows me. Like, that's why I say to
Sure.
my wife, now this is very personal discussions that I have at home. And I understand that this is a public platform. So I say this with the idea, and please hear it with the idea that this is merely how I think. This is not how you should think if you are not convinced, and don't judge me. But and if you wish, it's your own decision. But like for me, it's like how you define yourself again, how you box yourself, how you define your identity is a very important thing, man. Like you got to try and understand why. So what does white represent? Just throw out a few things that, like, when it's the white doves, what does that represent?
Pureness.
Purity.
Why was apparently Jesus wearing a
White robe.
White robe.
Cleanse.
Okay, cool. So we're going down a specific path. And then if you think about the idea of color black, what does black represent?
Darkness.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's evil. It's
Evil.
like the nighttime. It's like, so that for me, and if you just do
I hear
yourself a
you.
little bit of a favor, like just go and do your own studies, right?
Yeah.
And research your own definitions that you look in the mirror and say, I am this. Now, has there been black inequality? Hell yeah, guys. Like, that's not what I'm saying. There's been huge African inequality. If you look at Africa's history, it's been the dumpster of the world. Like, and that needs to stop. We need to, like, talk about this stuff
But the
because that is not fair, right? But how you identify yourself might actually be reinforcing how they want you to identify yourself.
Yes.
And putting you deep. But that's just my opinion.
No.
Thank you so
That is
much.
fact right there, man.
Thank you so much for articulating
Yeah,
yourself in the
so
way that
well.
you did, Jay, because you and I have had this conversation many a times, and it's something that you became passionate about. I remember even the one time we were talking to a young lady who was talking about like how she almost lets men treat her for things, and you got angry because you were like, that's not how you should define
yourself.
love.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
That is...
Yeah, we normalize a lot of bull.
You're normalizing a lot of bull,
stuff, yeah.
and that's not how you define love. And that's why I asked you today about like, what do you identify as? Because I wanted us to have this conversation because a lot of people try and box you. They go, oh, you can dance, you can sing, you can speak vernac. Oh, you people on the comments will say, I wish a lot more white South Africans were like this, or he can keep the land, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
It's strange, also like we also are living in this time. So it's like, I'm not saying that because at the end of the day, like the other thing is like, how do I explain to you about, oh, look at that kid. A lot of people want to say, look at that white kid. Or look at that white South African. So I get why it was made, but I don't completely agree with it. But yeah,
Sure.
It's a nice discussion to have. It's
It
scary
is.
to have it in front of cameras because I think it's also something that can. I hope it's not
misinterpreted.
but
your heart
I
and your
also
articulation, bro.
Yeah, I would like for people to read somebody's intentions. Like for me, intention is everything. You can say words are like a face. You can say a lot of words, but with the right intention, then we can at least feel what you're trying to say. But I think that with you, and it's something that I really like, even at the Mustang, I see it every time. When you shower your advice or anything, it's always with good intention.
from a
And
good
because
place.
sometimes it can seem harsh. You can say that was not good. But it's not that you are bad. It's just that you can do something
Better.
You are a fountain. The idea of you have living water inside of you, this whole idea. And it's your job to keep that water pure, And it's my job. So when I flow, whatever I flow from, whether it's writing a song or having a conversation, it has to be from a place of purity as much as possible.
Sure.
And that you have to protect.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
without
Big time.
being boxed too, that's why like when we spoke about wanting to be a pastor, you do understand that you are pastoring without the title.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what I said to you.
A lot of people
Yeah.
live for a title and not do the work, but we're doing the work without the
Oh
title.
yeah, we all get called influencers, which used to really grow me. And then I'm like, yeah, aren't we all?
Because you're
Like,
influential in your
isn't
work.
everybody watching an influencer? Like, you are all influential
Yeah.
to whoever you get to flow onto.
As an older brother, you
receive
influence
from. Yeah.
influential to your siblings. Everybody in the
100%,
house.
I love that, Jay, bro. Just to take,
I know he's guys.
Jay, Jay is something, man. Jay is something. Get out of here, man. We're gonna start charging for these episodes.
I know.
From here on out, 5 round to keep watching.
True.
Wouldn't that be cool?
and we have like questions, those, how did you start? I don't want to ask those.
I would actually take it deeper, bro, because you and your beautiful wife have kids. And I imagine they're still very young, right? Your kids are still very young. But what kind of conversations do you have with them to sort of prepare them for their identity?
If they were here, I would ask them to do something, and it would be, I have it in my house in a frame in the kitchen. My wife printed it, and it's something that I say to them, like nearly every day, but we are champions. We never, and then they finish these sentences. So we are,
Call and
they will
response,
say champions.
champions.
We never give up. When we fall, we get back up. Nothing is impossible. And mommy is beautiful. And for me, that I have, they're young, but I challenge them to let's have some real conversation. And every day I'm because I'm obsessed with a new day. And I'm just I wake up in the house and I get them ready for school and I'm yo, I shout, a brand new day, baby. And I walk up and I'm putting music on in the kitchen and I watch the sunrise and I talk to them. I'm yo, how cool is it, man? A brand new day. So I try and if I say one day,
sat down, I was
they'll say
whoa.
at a time, so it's kind of that in that way. I try and just tell them how I'm thinking, and it's an interesting thing parenting.
Like a romantic guy.
I would regard
Guitar.
I love my wife,
Chama
bro.
boy.
I love the people I love. I love hard, man. Even if it's Paul or my wife. You
love me hard?
Yeah, of course.
I love you hard also.
Evan.
But love is a beautiful thing.
You know, I told no. Can I tell you?
I'm telling you.
Bro.
Yeah.
And he made in his image, so it only makes sense that it reflects out.
Can I tell you why I'm blushing so much, Zizi? I actually told Jay the story the other day, and I thought I told him, but I told him the story of the first time I saw Jay, I saw him perform at Dineo Ranaka used to have this
Yes,
this thing in Four Ways.
Yes,
I think
at that restaurant or something.
it was a restaurant. It was
actually a cool show.
It was like a sort of new artists on the block type of thing.
Yeah.
And she was at the height of being an it girl, and she did this show where she basically hosted new artists or whatever. And it was when house was still house,
Yeah.
And
So it was an apartment.
wow,
It got complex. It got. I'm kidding. I couldn't let that go. Sorry.
Wow. And I remember Jay and Mo and Duda came and they performed. It was the first time. I mean, you could see it because I was still new, You could see
The trumpet was still silver.
Yeah,
Oh man.
Jay's shirt still had those lines. You could see it was unfolded from that Woolworths.
Monty will more you, boy.
Hey, bro.
You know when the trumpet doesn't have all three buttons and one is just the
that the
peak.
one?
Yes, just
Pops is older brother.
it's a brass band, you know?
And Mo was part of the brass band. Don't tell him I told you.
Yeah,
you
he
have
was,
to Google that. Yeah, you have to Google it. I don't know if Google even has it, but he was part of the Alexandria brass band.
Because he used to do brass nights.
Alexander
He
Brass.
does
Band.
brass nights
Yeah.
now, which is really dope. We should go sometime. It's really cool. But
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
But
the
Alex
vibes.
Brass Band. It's a classic picture of him there with his dad. It's hilarious.
Legendary. Man. Oh, yes. Yeah, so I saw Jay perform there for the first time. And then I got to see him again. I remember, I think it was on TV. I can't remember if it was an interview or whatever. And I remember, bro, just from, I didn't know you, but I digged your vibe so much. And I remember saying to my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, I said to her, I'm going to be friends with that guy. Not like I'm a fan of this guy or, oh, this guy is so cool, I just want to hang out. I was like, I'm going to be friends with this guy.
Yeah.
And she laughed at me.
Who's laughing?
Look at me now.
Besties for life.
So much so that I have to tell you this crazy story.
Let's go.
And out of this whole industry, I'm actually quite I stay in my house and I go out when I'm getting paid type thing. And
Zinja.
And
Very
it's
same.
cool, but it's also I wish sometimes I could spend a bit more time. But there's a few people I really want to spend a bit more time with. And he's one of them. And this one time I had this opportunity to go to Portugal and go to a music festival, like for the weekend, I think it was. And I could bring someone. And I was like, I'm going to bring him Paul. And we went. And I don't think I've ever drank so much beer in my life, bro. That's so I could wake up at like 7 in the morning.
During that period?
With like a beer and be like, let's go, bro. Here we go to the beach. And we're looking at the honeys and we're like, oh, this is amazing.
Bro.
2.0.
Yeah, no, listen.
Bro, we drank on average. We were drinking Super Bock beers.
No, dude. Yes.
On average, we were drinking about 30 beers each a day.
Easy.
And we went to the
Easy,
concert.
From morning till night.
From morning.
Bro.
Yeah. And then, oh, bro. So we went to this musical. It was a Super Bock. I'm trying to
Super
remember.
Rock. Super Bock, Super Rock.
Bock, Super Rock.
20,000 people a day. 3-4 stages.
It's given Tomorrowland.
Yeah, it's huge.
Bro, Jay was just like, pack your bags. We're going to Portugal. I didn't even ask twice. We vibed, bro. We went to Portugal. We attended the festival. Can I say the story about what happened just before FKJ? Or
Yeah. I don't know what story. I'm an open book, bro.
where we got a little something.
Yes. We were looking for a blaze somewhere.
We were
just like, where can we get something?
Bro, the whole time we're in Portugal, we're like, yo, where can we get a young Blaze? You know,
What is
bro,
the Blaze? You guys are old. You're 50.
Dipachi. Shafelo.
Oh,
It's a Portugal.
because we're in a first world country, you can't just,
Oh, yes.
look for a brother.
It's illegal there. or
Yeah, no,
something.
there.
Yeah. Well, at the time, we
In the
don't know.
States, it's gas.
But we were at a festival.
gas,
we
gas,
wanted
Gas.
a young Blaze.
Yeah.
Hey, you want some gas?
So this is like day 2 or 3. We're walking around. Jay's like,
You know what? I actually have some footage of all of this. I'm gonna try and edit something for this episode.
Please, dog.
Jay goes, bruh, I smell it. This is like day 2 or 3. I'm like, Jay, just give up on that dream, bro. We're never gonna get.
Yo, outside of the beer, yo, I was
Bruh,
like,
I can
something
smell
else.
it. Something else, man. Just for kids.
And then you found Jay.
I can smell it, bro. Bro, we walking to go watch FKJ. This is the first time I've ever seen
God,
FKJ.
yeah.
We walk past
me too.
these youngsters, these Portuguese screws. And Jay's like, hey man, do you guys have Blaze? I'm like, what is a Blaze? They're like, oh, do you have weed? We can smell it. And they're like, oh, I've got hashish, but you can have some. This guy gives us this small little blunt, right? He's like, you can have a drag. So Jay looks at me and goes, make it count.
be in the moment.
So both of us,
A proper intentional drag, yeah.
The longest pull.
The language.
we both hit one.
my God.
But my 5-minute pull.
Yeah.
Held it and walked all the way to FKJ.
Held it.
When we blew out, no smoke came out.
Oh, nyaupe.
Bruh, we got to FKJ. It was over.
It was the best show we've ever watched
best.
in our lives.
Oh,
FKJ
was,
was honestly
man.
till this day, and I've told you this before.
Yeah.
That is the best
Jungle.
concert I've ever been to. We went to Jungle,
Jungle
we went to
was mad.
FKJ. FKJ was so full.
You guys don't know Jungle.
You guys
gotta get on.
Yeah.
Jungle.
No,
Jungle.
Jungle,
Remember
like-
Jungle?
Oh, jungle. Oh, yeah, jungle.
Bruh, FKJ got so packed, right, that you couldn't move. So where you were
Is where you are.
Yeah. So what ended up happening? Imagine now we are.
Yeah.
Now,
Was it weed or? Okay.
yes, it was weed. It was
Okay.
weed. It
But
was
obviously,
compressed
the
weed.
different, there's different.
Yeah,
outdoor,
it was.
indoor.
Yeah, it was European weed.
There was,
Yeah.
there was
So we were.
export.
Hashish, it's all the leftovers.
Yes.
That when you grind, it stays at the
Yes,
bottom.
yes.
So we were
stuff.
SpaceX. We were Elon Musk.
Yo.
Bruh,
NASA.
FKJ was so full
Yeah.
and the vibe was so dope that you
Yeah.
had to dance according to how the crowd danced.
Standard.
It was so
Imagine
dope,
being
man.
so packed with thousands of people that if the crowd is doing this, you have no choice but
But
to do
because,
this.
yeah.
Because the
It's
people
like you
moving
all
next-
linked.
Yeah,
Bro.
No, hell yeah, bro.
It felt like we were stuck in a time capsule and we're watching FKJ. FKJ, for those who don't know, creates music as he goes
He's a
along.
multi-instrumentalist.
Yeah, he's alone on stage, but he builds a song while you're there. So
Shit.
he'll play the
Yeah,
piano,
yeah, I
he'll
know
loop it.
that,
He
bro.
does
Yeah, Ryan
best
Leslie.
experience in my
Yeah.
life, right?
Mad.
Soulful, connected. We did Jungle. Then we went to go watch Migos.
with that same, we're still in that buzz.
Now we still there. Hey, now we
Guys,
go watch Migos.
Yeah, this is the one.
By
And we were
Migos.
front stage, like we were there with the photographers too.
So we were at this, so we were where the photographers were.
Yo,
All the young kids are at the back, and you know, the minds climbing.
the best part of the Migos concert was that they have their lyrics on the screen. I'm like, why the hell would you have the lyrics on the screen, bro? Do you
Jane,
know
I
the
like
lyrics?
this the whole
It
concert.
made no sense.
What are they saying, bro?
I got a
Yeah,
bag.
no.
I got a bag.
That was the only time we felt old was at that concert. Migos were
Yeah.
Jay was like, bro, what
Dude, that's the story.
and then you did have moments where like, does anyone here have a mama? Yeah. Mama. You have a mama saying mama. 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 No.
Hey, Mama said it's mad, dude.
That was the strangest experience I've ever had in a
That's
concert. bro.
beautiful.
Oh man, dog, but thank you for that beautiful memory. Thank you.
Vibe, yeah, it was
Bro,
a
that was,
blessing.
and then the most beautiful thing happened on that holiday. It was my mom's birthday.
Yes.
And my mom's favorite South African musician is Jay something. And she didn't know that I was in Portugal with him, right?
So dope.
So
And
I
your
video
mama's
called her.
words.
I video called her and I said, Ma,
Mama.
I know it's your birthday. And I've been practicing for so long because I wanted to sing you a happy birthday
Oh, that's so
on
sweet.
your
You got to
birthday.
find that video
I saw
too
that
and
video.
put it in
I
the
know
cut.
that video, yeah.
And Jay was standing next to me. And then I started going, happy birthday.
Like miming
But
Jay's
yeah, but Jay was next to me.
Yes,
And then at the end of the song, the
Turn
camera
the
went to
camera.
Jay. Bro, my mom started crying uncontrollably, bro. That was, for me, the most beautiful moments came from that trip, bro. I'll forever be grateful.
Yeah, me too, bro.
Yo,
Moments
man.
spent together with people you admire and love is what we all get to look back on, man. That's the most beautiful thing about the past is that it holds all these beautiful memories. And yeah.
Dog, talking about beautiful moments with beautiful people that you share your
That's
life
so
with.
crazy, man.
A lot of bands, right, have separated and gone their own ways and things that my wife and I were privileged enough to watch Backstreet Boys the other day. I mean, they walked out on stage and I was like, nah, this is not them. I thought they got 5 Afrikaans brutes from Pretoria.
Who's behind them mask?
Take it off.
Exactly.
But longest standing boy band in history, right? In history, the Backstreet Boys. And I see it with you guys, bro. I see it with Mikasa.
Surely we're the longest standing boy band in South Africa. Come
Of
on.
course, bro.
Google that.
Of course.
Sure.
That's not a boy band. Titi.
When last did you see Sugar Smacks and a BMX?
The longest
That's a
standing
soapy.
boy band in South Africa. With all due respect, Ladysmith Black Mambazo.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You have
Are they
to
all
do
still
that
the same guys? I feel like they interchange
Okay, it's
each other.
fine. It's fine. It's
Okay, Alfios, Temba sick today.
Second? Second?
Yes.
Yeah, second.
But second to
They had to
Ladysmith
pull
is
that
hard.
out.
Second to Ladysmith
Especially because
is
it's always different people in that band. Like, it's
That's what I'm
evolved.
saying.
It's the sons of the original
Yeah,
members.
yeah, yeah.
That sounds. Those
I've worked
should
with them
be
before. I
Ladies
respect
Sleep
Jabberwocky.
Small Black Mambas.
The Jabberwocky's concept. That's what that is.
Yeah. So, bro, like, what was your vision when you guys got together, and what's kept you guys together through everything, bro?
It's evolved, obviously, from day one to what it is now. It's gone through many different phases. Like I was saying earlier on, it's just life has just beautiful waves, you know. So when I look back to day one, and I don't know, I think you would know this, but I mean, how we met day one, Rooftop in Sandton. At a hotel, and it was a soul candy party, La Dolce Vita. They used to do these Dolce Vita parties.
Yes.
Soul candy.
Cool, yeah, really cool pool party vibe. Everybody looks like they belong on MTV, and it's just like everything's perfect. And I arrived fresh out of varsity. I was looking for a job in Joburg, and I went with the guy I was living with, Sergio, who still works with me to this day.
I was gonna say, is it the same Sergio? Yeah.
And he was going to this party because he was part of Soul Candy. He is part of Soul Candy. And he was the only person I knew. I rocked up there. I was wearing a hoodie. And I went up to the DJ and I said, yo, can I sing on top of the beats? And that's so out of character for me because I'm quite an introvert, shy person by nature.
But
and
because purpose, my brother.
and it's just like exactly.
Prophecy.
Yeah,
Come on.
Yeah. And I went up to him and he said, sure. And so I started singing over the beats, and then another kid rocked up with the bag, and not a word of a lie. His brother was promoting the gig. So he called his brother and said, come and play trumpet. There's a vibe. And it was Mo took out the trumpet, and I would share the mic. So I would go, sun is shining, and then he would go, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. If you wanna move, and we would carry on. And
Wait,
who
even
was
so you had a trumpet there.
Yeah, he arrived. He drove from Pretoria. There's a whole it's such a beautiful story.
Wait, please tell the story.
And he
please.
arrived there. He took out a trumpet. He started playing, and we would share the mic. And who was the DJ? It was Duda. Duda was DJing because he was releasing with Soul Candy. I didn't know who Duda was. I didn't know who Mo was. And then everybody at this party turned around, came to us, and huddled around this show.
Because this is a band.
Yeah, and asked us
how
for pictures afterwards and autograph. And I'm like, yo, I don't know these oaks at all. So there we are posing all pictures together. And we're like, this is wicked. And then afterwards, I'll never forget, we went to the corner of this party and Soul Candy people were there. And they were like, you guys have to do something. And I'm like, yes, we have to do something. But Duda, if you knew Duda back then, Duda was producing for Mbuso, Fresh, the likes. He was the hit maker. He's always been an incredible producer. So it took us 3 months. It took me 3 months of begging to say, please, can we get into studio just to record one song? Because that was a vibe, And so we did. 3 months later, we recorded. The first thing I ever wrote was Good Morning. Sanbonan.
Yo, how's that the first?
That was the first song I ever wrote with Mikasa. And then we've been through our phases. That was just from complete strangers, not knowing one another, to writing a song, to then a couple of months later, it being Song of the Year and winning all these things. And until today, how have we stayed together? Just going back to the question. It has been, to be honest with you, all about understanding that whether it's a band or a marriage or a friendship, it's just a collective of people that need to be respected, need to be loved, need to have patience, need to have all these things that make a great relationship. So we are in the best space we've ever been now. I've wanted to quit many a times. They know that, and it's not a secret. But what keeps me going back to it is a few things. I really believe in the power of what we're doing. There's so much intentionality behind Mikasa, man. As a brand, we make music to try and do something with it, to really try and bring people together, give people a bit of love, a bit of light, go onto a festival and change people's moods. That for me is a lot of power. So it's been working on the friendship more than working on the business. But we still work a lot on our business. For us, we were first called a brand before we were a band. That was big for me. Let's treat this thing as a brand. So till this day, it's been that. It's been nurturing the relationship, making sure, Duda loved cycling once. He still does. And I was like, dude, I want to spend time with you. So I went to go buy a bike and cycle with him, and we do all these things.
Then you want to be friends with us, but you don't want to come ice skating with us. We like ice skating. Buy ice skates. Chase something for the bike to be friends with Duda.
So, we said we'll come the day they put heaters at the ice rink.
Yes, Jay. You like ice skating?
Yeah.
That's dope, bro.
So now, in that time...
That's a tricky one to try.
I'll teach you.
I'll try, bro.
But if you fall, then...
But I'll
in front of children.
Bro,
I'll teach you how not to fall. That's my thing. And now you're no more afraid of falling. Now I have confidence in skating.
Yeah.
Good
luck, Oaks. Please make sure you take these cameras with you. You guys go there, huh? Please.
Bro, speaking of...
Finish your thought.
So in that time, right, you guys meet at this rooftop and you do that. Where you work, is that when you started working at Soul Candy? And because I heard you were cleaning.
Yes. I was looking after the Pyramid Rock Studios. Was my first job ever in Johannesburg, where I was opening up, cleaning, preparing these rehearsal recording rooms for other artists.
Sure.
Which is where I saw the likes of Brahim Masikela, Abdul Ibrahim with his piano, TKZ coming in, Judith Sepuma, all these artists that, I would just look at in awe, of. And it was a tricky time, because it's what I wanted to do, but it's also what I, in my mind, thought was never possible. It's a hard thing to believe in a dream, that wild, I want to start a podcast, it's a hard dream, and it's hard to believe in your dreams. It really is. But so that was during the time. I was already at that job, so I went to this party. Being at that job.
Because of that job.
Because Soul Candy was next door.
That was such a God moment, bro.
Yeah.
The fact that
I look back,
that you were brave enough to just go, let me just harmonize on these beats.
Yeah.
Then some guys like, hey, bro,
There's a vibe. Come bring
There's a
your-
guy with a beard here singing. Hey, where's your trumpet?
There was another prominent artist, and that's the thing about like being intentional or trying to say, "Hey, can I please?" You know, that whole
Such a
thing is
God
daunting,
incident.
dude. It's very daunting.
Not a
Like young
coincidence.
comedians coming up to me, like, "Please, can I have 5 minutes before you?" You know how many times has that happened? And you're
I
like,
did it to him.
yeah.
And look
I've
at you
tried
now.
that. Yeah, I tried that many a times before that time. I've been shut down many a times by names that we all know that I would never mention. But I remember being at that studio and being like, "Please, can you teach me how to sing like you?" And then next thing, the manager came and be like, "Can you please leave my artists alone?" And I was like, damn, I was so hurt. And that was behind the name, Mikasa. Like when we came up with the name, I really wanted to come up with a name that was inclusive. It was like, you know, this, like, man, the only reason why Mikasa is Mikasa, it's not because of me or us only. It's because of like a collective, like a house. Mikasa is Sukasa. You guys said it earlier on.
Bro.
Yeah.
So on that note, because see, I'm a robot, ne? Word on the street because I'm always on the street.
Yes.
Catching words. With that being said, there's an artist that you discovered that you're working with now, that you took from wherever they're from and you housed him because you're working with him now.
JM?
Yeah?
Yeah. So it's two brothers. They're from PE. They're ridiculously talented, and they've been in Joburg now for 6 years. They live at my house, and I've been mentoring them for the last 6 years. Yeah, they're both. Well, one of them works at Artistry, but they're incredible DJ producers. It's been an interesting journey. Like, because the thing is, you can't help everybody. But for me, it was way beyond that. It was just like I just saw something in them.
Yeah.
You should go and listen to their music. Really dope.
Yeah.
What's their name?
JM.
JM.
Yeah,
Oh.
very cool.
So we didn't even talk about artistry.
Tsitsi, that's why we are here.
To talk about artistry.
Are we running out of time?
Let's
Is that
talk
what
about
No,
artistry.
no.
I'm kidding.
So look, Jay, bro, like you've done the whole Mikasa thing. You guys, you got together, you built the brand, you made hits, bro. South Africa loved you. And the one thing that really stands out about you, and I always use Mikasa as an example when I talk to people about like being easy to work with. You and I have done probably thousands of gigs together. And I always say to people that the reason why you always see Mikasa performing wherever, whether it's corporate or it's whatever, it's because you guys are easy to work with. You don't have a ridiculous rider. And when I come into the back, I want 16 bottles of champagne and milk and right. So you're easy to work with. And that's one thing I think that's allowed you as a collective to stand the test of time. Because you are working as much as you were working back then.
Sure.
Today,
Right now.
right? Whether you've had a hit song or not that year, and you've been consistent. The one thing I am going to do is put you on the spot as a Mikasa fan, right? You guys owe us a show.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because, and I actually we haven't really spoken about this before, but we're actually we're doing 2 shows in the next couple of months. One is in September, which I'm excited about.
All right.
And it's actually the title of it is from one of our albums, but it's going to be in September, Heritage Month. It's going to be called Home Sweet Home. And it's just going to be about us celebrating, Mzansi being home. And so a very much local showcase of what we're about and what we dig. So across the border. And then next year, that thing you agreed to be on, you agreed to be on. We're doing a really cool cruise, Mikasa in March 2020.
I also agree.
What year are we in now?
We're in 24 now,
2025, March. We're doing our own cruise called Friendship. And we're going to take all our friends.
Friend.
I also agree to be on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do you know it's a friendship cruise?
No, but you remember Skumba? You remember Skumba backstage? He said, Jay, there's 3 comedians here,
Yeah.
and there was only 2.
No, I'm reminding you the word friendship. What it
I'll
means.
work on that. You
Means
know?
that there's no budget.
No. It doesn't mean not being friends. It means you're coming as a friend.
Yeah, but I'm on the boat. As long as I'm on the boat.
yeah.
Bro, you know what? I appreciate you. I take back all the other stuff I said about you.
What did you think about me? Yo?
No. The whole judgment that you were thinking about me as a 6-year-old thing, but that's gone. It's gone. You are invited officially to friendship.
I was talking about your
We
legs.
all need friends like you, bro.
Bro, I didn't catch it when Jay said it to me 5 times. You know, it's a friendship cruise, hey? Yeah, Jay, I'll be there.
Bro.
Friendship.
But you know,
I'll be there.
I don't care about, you know that I don't really care about like,
About the monies. I know.
You are invited.
as long as I
Yo, bro, like,
But yeah, so we are doing that. Yeah.
Yes,
we
bro.
finally, you know, like it's also daunting, you know, like
we've spoken about this, you and I,
Yeah.
and you said you were scared at some point, right? Because I said to you, Jay, why aren't you touring? Why aren't you doing shows? Why aren't, like, Mikasa's the most celebrated band in South Africa.
we don't feel it.
You
it's like a blue crane.
Jay, you go to a concert where there's Jamiroquai and whatever, bro, whether it's a DSTV Delicious or whatever, and Mikasa will get on stage. And every single South African will
I do see
unite.
that. Yeah.
Everyone knows your
Please, like,
lyrics,
understand.
color
No, I do.
spectrum,
Level.
whatnot. I think it's all about, like, how do you curate that, right? How do you create an evening where you go, guys, this is a celebration of us. Yes, we're booked and busy, but come see us. Come for us. You're not here catching us with Tandi Somazwai and Robot Boy. No, you're coming to. If we can go watch Donald, we can go. No, it's a good example because hey, Donald's my
I'm
friend.
not going to laugh.
You're laughing. Look at
Your soul
If
is
we
laughing.
can, if we can fill out Carnival City to watch Donald, Jay, we can fill out a stadium to come watch me.
just like you
So
said,
I'm-
curating.
I'm so glad you finally
Yes.
doing it.
Yes, it's daunting, but
I'm
yes.
definitely gonna be on that friendship cruise. Tsitsi is gonna be there.
Yeah.
Robot is busy, but we'll definitely we're
He's
definitely.
ice skating.
It's happening.
Ice skating.
It's happening March 2025.
March
nah?
2025. Yeah.
And the September one.
September
who's-
2024.
Who's the MC for that one?
No, yeah, we'll talk. bro.
Okay,
I have
no,
some
I'm
ideas.
asking.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I've just it's just a question, obviously.
No, we are there. We're
And
there.
for a cheaper option, you know.
Yeah.
I got the Jameson, bro. Done.
Bro, artist.
Jameson,
I've got the Jameson done. Bro, artistry.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what Snafe does. Yeah. Artistry. Bro, you're a foodie of epic proportions. I remember a time in Portugal, all you did was introduce me to food. But whenever I've been around you, people who know you, they know you, how much you love food and how much artistry you put into the food that you make, right? We discovered later in your journey that, hey, this man's a talented food maestro, chefisto, you know,
Cookist.
Cookist.
Yeah.
Bro, I even did a cooking show where I was a host and you produced it, right?
yeah.
You're perfect, Seshebo.
Yeah.
It was bigger than MasterChef. Yes, thank you.
It was.
When was this?
It really was.
Yeah, I did Your Perfect Seshebo on SABC.
SABC.
On SABC. And Jay produced it.
That's
Yeah.
hard. That's dope.
Years ago.
I don't remember it. That's what I'm trying to remember it.
Yeah, it was basically a show where people cook this shebo every episode.
Yeah, I want to say you should watch it, but I'm not sure. So. But it was cool.
Shout out to that because like
Yeah,
you
thanks,
turn your
man.
passions
So-
into
So
crazy. I look back
all
at
of
it
this
all.
culminates to, before we had artistry, we had Something's
Culminate.
Cooking. Right? Something's Cooking was in Menlyn. I know I used to go there a lot back in the day on former date nights.
Yes.
But now,
Hey.
now we had artistry.
Moving on.
Moving along.
about
So
flowers.
Yeah.
giving people their flowers.
now we had artistry,
red one.
right?
Seal's favorite flower.
We had artistry now. Bro, what is the idea? You're going to
a
get
kiss from
cancelled.
Yeah?
Can we just seal this conversation?
Sorry. Sorry.
Focus.
Wait, what do you want to know from me?
I want to know something from Jay.
Oh.
You mentioned
You
it. We never spoke about artistry. Now we're speaking about artistry.
Oh, yes.
Bro, how did artistry come about? Where's artistry? What is it about? What is the vision? Talk to us
Artistry
about
is
artistry.
on 22 Fredman Drive in Sandton. It's a 3-tier cultural platform. It's got a rooftop restaurant with an outdoor pool and a garden bar. And then one floor underneath it, it's got what we call the listening bar, which is sort of like a pre or after drinks vibe, where we do a lot of house parties. We do a whole bunch of things there. And then we've got a 100-seater theater, which is the third level, where we do comedy, we do movie premieres, we performances from singers and such things, interesting talks. And it was an idea of trying to create a platform that celebrated, that showcased, that preserved culture. You know, it was bigger than just. I initially got asked by my business partner, who's the co-founder of Artistry and also the co-founder of Black Brick, the hotel group that it's attached to.
Yes.
Jonathan
Diekman, yeah.
That's a brewery.
Mabone.
That's the guy that developed the whole
Mabone.
Yes.
And he called me during COVID, funny enough. I was shooting My Kitchen Rules at the time, and we were all at the Cradle, filming all in...
Cradle of Humankind.
Yeah. All
like
filming
in
in
Nyrox.
What do they call it? When you're all like there in isolation. Was it isolation?
I was going to say contaminated. Quarantine.
We were filming.
Yeah.
And
That
I
was
was
good that we forgot. How long ago was that? Thank God.
And he told me about what he was doing, and he said, let's do a restaurant. And I was like, hell no. Not
I just
interested.
come from there.
Yeah, like that whole stunt that I did in Pretoria was like really hard for me because creatively I couldn't do what I wanted to do. I didn't own it. You know, I did a licensing deal. And this time was like, okay, if I own it and if I have to take out money and do this thing and try, then we can do what I want. But the game changer was when I walked into the building during COVID and it was a construction site, and there was this it was an old conference room of this law firm that used to be in this building.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, we can make a theater. And then we can you can eat, and then you can come down, watch some comedy, and then you can go and have an after party and have a little razzle in the bar.
It's like a multi-purpose.
Yeah, and now we've got an art gallery, and it's really
space.
cool. So
Like the architecture.
Yeah,
is so. I don't know.
Architectural.
it's a lot of what we're doing is very raw and uncomplicated. It's like we don't if you come to Artistry, you're not going to find the most revolutionary food in the world, but you'll find some delicious food.
Oh, the
So
most
like
delicious.
we do
How-
the whole menu is based off things that people know.
Yeah,
It's
it,
the
it doesn't
classics.
feel class. I don't know. Like
I hear you.
It feels very open. Like you can do. Like I had one of the best comedy nights there at
Wow.
the Artistry. Like people were like,
Yeah, that's dope.
Standing
Man. I'm
up
so
and
happy to
stuff.
hear.
You got a
Yeah.
standing ovation at Artistry.
bro, they were shouting my name, and I walked out, and they shouted me back on the stage.
You got an uncle.
That's dope.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's dope, dude.
Yeah, that
That's
space, man. Like the food is great. Family time is amazing
Yes,
that we
yes.
spend there. The menu is very simple, but everything on the menu. And I realized that when you're talking too much at the dinner table, you're like, yeah, no, when I was with Jay in Portugal. He showed me that Portuguese people don't use a lot of spice and a lot of this and a lot of that in their food. It's about getting the essence of the food. When you're talking too much just because you've been informed, you have to sort of get the essence of
Like
what
you
you
are
actually.
right now.
You know what I'm saying, my dogs?
Paul.
No, so I was explaining everything to like my mom or my wife or the kids, like what they're eating has been done in such a way
this
that.
way, yeah.
So the food at Artistry is like. Not a lot of options, but everything that you have is beautifully done, right? And that's the restaurant setting. Then we have the theater, which is where we do comedy.
Yeah.
That's where we have Last Number Comedy. Happening once a month, every Tuesday and Thursday. Make sure you get your
Decided
tickets.
on this yesterday.
Yes.
Make sure you get your
Yes.
Is it back on Tuesday and Thursday?
We're back on Tuesday and Thursday.
We'll
Once a
let you
month.
know when.
We'll let you know when.
But yes.
But yes, and then the area that you're talking about, the outside the theater area.
Yes.
What's crazy is that you see when you take advantage of friendship, that area we also use it for cell group.
Yes.
So that's where we have cell
On
group.
Tuesdays.
And all
On
the
Tuesday.
oaks that go to that cell group are the oaks I'm inviting to friendship. to come and be. because
Yeah.
I've
So
been
Pastor
in-
K leads the
Tell
cell
me
group.
when I'll be
And then when
down
they
there.
give me their fee, I'll be like, Oaks, I gave you that room for like weeks.
For weeks.
52
That room is
weeks.
worth.
Like,
Jason,
can you, Oaks,
Joao,
please be fair?
add me to that WhatsApp group.
Shout out to everybody.
also
You know, there's
wanna-
some Grootmans in that group. They
There's
must all come.
proper Grootmans in that group. So
Who have problems.
yeah, bro. So like, so again, I'll say it, Jay.
Thanks, man.
In not so many words, bro. Without realizing it, you've really been doing the Lord's work in not just your life, but in all of our lives, bro.
Yeah, man.
And yeah, thank you, bro.
I appreciate that so much, man. And I think it's something that I can easily say for somebody like you. And it's something that I could easily say for somebody like you, whom I don't know a lot, but I've had few encounters and it's always been light. It's always been a lot of love. And also you, Titi, like getting to know you now on this journey on the Masked Singer and just that vibe. It's cool to be with you guys, today. And I've been really excited about being here and I can see why, now as we draw near to the end. It's really been, and I hope that everybody's watching just is kind to themselves and I'm just super proud of you, Oaks. I'm honored to be here.
Thank you, bro.
Where can we get one of these mats for? Are you guys doing merch yet?
Yeah, I got you. So that's
almost. Can
SK
we send it
Original.
at
Oh, dope.
Yeah, I'll send you his profile. He's the dude
Yeah,
that
what a
does that. He
vibe,
does
what a
like
vibe.
crazy artwork,
Very
glass pieces.
So Jay, bro, before we let you go, two things. One of them is music, but I want to start with the Masked Singer. So we're back for another season, Masked Singer. Out of all the detectives, bro, who's your biggest competition? Who's like the one person?
I think I let go of the competition this year. I was like, you know what?
Jay, bruh, you're the most
I
competitive
know,
guy.
I'm struggling.
Stop.
I hate that I'm not on that leaderboard yet. I'm not gonna lie. Biggest competition so far, Soul Music, because he's the only guy that's actually got points.
Yeah.
Definitely not Stella. She's not a threat at all. And Skumba, actually. Like, it's not a threat at all. He's always absolutely positively
but-
knows nothing.
Kumba's always sure.
When he says absolutely positively, you're like, yo, bro, you have no clue.
I've been tagged on something Skumba said. Yeah, that's Robert Boy for sure. And I'm watching this thing
Tell us the
like.
truth, bro.
Are you on the show?
Are you on the show?
Because we feel like you are that giraffe, Oak. That's
So Jay, speaking of
The
singing,
music.
the music, your conversation with JR once upon a time.
with JR.
Yes.
What conversation did I have with him now?
No, so I was just changing the
Oh,
topic.
you're changing the topic.
Okay, so
But that's a competition. I mean,
season 2.
One, bro.
Yeah, it's the
Season
one.
2's
It's the
out.
one,
Yeah,
bro.
we hope you guys are watching it and enjoying it.
and the people we've unmasked so far, I'm just like, no,
It's
way.
incredible.
Sure, I need to charge more for the show next season.
bruh,
Because where do they get the budget for these Oaks?
bruh. I'm seldomly starstruck, but
Yeah, I know, this season,
whew, the
Yeah,
last
bro.
unmasking, bruh, I couldn't speak for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's the host. He needs to speak. And he's like,
Did you see how long I'm
Yes,
holding
you
for?
are.
There
what I love about the show,
was
that
the
no
one
one
time where I
knows
realized,
anything.
like, I'm like, my bro is struggling up there. Because you were like, oh my, like you wanted to speak for yourself and
not
Yeah.
present
all
the
this
show.
stuff. You
Yes.
wanted to say stuff
Got carried
outside of
away.
the OTQ.
Bruh, starstruck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but please make sure you watch The Masked Singer South Africa. We're back with the second season.
Yeah.
Jay, bro, music, dog. You have never stopped making music. That's one thing I love about you.
God made never stop.
I see you move. Even when you're traveling, you move with a little kick to always make music. You always
Yeah.
have beats. Are you making music? Are you going to release music?
Yeah.
Are you playing with sounds? Is there something we can expect? Are you trying to hype up something? Or?
Yeah, Mikasa just released a song last month called Who Cares, which is really dope. If you haven't checked it out, I would love for you guys to check it out because it's one of my favorite songs I've ever written. And it's
Yeah, you usually blow us up with the WhatsApps to say it is a new song.
but
You
you
didn't
never
do that
respond,
with...
so now I feel bad.
No,
I'm
you
like,
didn't. You didn't do that with Who Cares.
Move you off the
You
group.
see,
You know, there's nothing more daunting than sending out a group WhatsApp message to people that you know, and then you're like, "Ish, I'm sorry, but I've got a new song."
But that's how we
I know
get the
that.
new
I
song.
No, but it's
And we're not gonna
marketing and it's
respond and go,
online.
"Hey Jay, just got a new song. Thanks for sending it." We're gonna click on the song and,
keep
play
it
it because it's
moving.
you.
So
know what's
sometimes the
coming
responses,
your way after this.
sometimes you don't get a
WhatsApp.
response, but everybody's like,
Yeah, we got the music video. It's out on our YouTube page. It's
Who
called
Cares?
Who Cares? The song's
Yeah.
available everywhere, and it's
Yeah.
it's such a cool. It's a story, you know. Like it's just arrived at the party. Everybody's looking lonely. Grab me a drink just to fit in. I'm not into liquor, so this drink it be kicking in. Who cares? 'Cause I'm not here for them. Feel the awakening. I can feel it rushing in. Who cares? I see I'm troubling. 'Cause they see freedom. I hate feeling boxed, and I came here to dance. Dance. And it's a cool song because it's actually about like, man,
And
can we
there's 4
stop?
people on this.
Yeah, it's featuring a really dope artist from Germany. His name is Malik Harris. But the song is about, can we care a little bit less about what other people think about us and just let loose?
That's beautiful.
So it's very cool. I'd love for you guys to check it out. It would mean the world to me. So that's Mikasa. Mikasa's got a gang load of music coming out this year. We've been quiet for a while, but I think it's also like, you know, I think the worst thing we can ever do is talk when you got nothing to say because you're just blabbing, you know, like so.
Yeah.
Release when we have something to release, and we're ready now.
But
Bro,
you guys have
we
never
ready.
really been talkers.
Yeah,
I
we let
mean,
the
Mo's
music
always got a
try.
trumpet in his mouth. Dude has got cans on
And a
his
new
ears.
one now.
So
That's
Jay
cool.
Jay's always saying something.
who must talk?
Yeah, no, that's good.
Nah, bro.
that's
Jay, dude, you're a beautiful man on the inside
Thank you,
and
bro.
the outside.
Yeah.
You have a beautiful soul. You have
Yeah.
a beautiful heart.
Mm.
You have a gift that God has blessed you with vocally.
Shepherd.
And if there's one thing I can commend you on, bro, it's having the ability to pursue all the things you wanted to pursue in life. Thank you for not boxing yourself, and thank you for going after everything you wanted to go after. Because us, the people who are watching you, we see that and we
Yeah.
follow that. You know.
Thank you, man.
So thank you for leading by example. Thank you for blessing us with your incredible talent and giving us the body of work that you've given us.
Thank you, man.
But yo, man,
Thank you for embracing, you know, like that's the other thing is like, you know, you can make a podcast, but you need people to listen, you need people to watch. And that's really what makes us as creatives be who we can, or who we are. So thank you for, I mean, to you, I know for sure for consuming and embracing what I create, much like I do with you, and to everybody else that's watching, you know, if you have and do or will consume what I create, man, thank you so much.
We consume.
We consume. La Vida plays in my car every week.
You know, it's my favorite. All the glory.
Oh man, what a classic, bro.
With the bass.
I think that's when my
With the
first.
bass.
Okay, there's a
Really,
God. There's a God. level.
In the
That, it was almost like Chance the Rapper's blessings.
And if you check every album that we've made, there's one of those. There must be one album that didn't have it, but there was one. It was like when I was going to
But now you're free.
hell. No, but yeah, we did it intentionally. Yeah.
I know.
But thank you, fam. I appreciate it a lot.
Seeing as though we're talking about our favorite songs, you know what's my favorite Mikasa song, bro? Your Body. Your
Lyrically.
body says 1,000 words. And I was at that music video.
Are you
We were,
inside?
no, we were shooting Ayeye.
Yes.
They were shooting Your Body down the road.
You could have
And
done
then,
it.
and then we were on a break, and I was like, man, who's this white guy in Mabuning? I was like, hey, that's Jay. And then we literally, the whole crew went to their shoot. We met,
it was
us,
so
SK,
dope.
Tapelo, whatnot.
Yes.
And Jay was like, we got this incredible dancer from overseas. We just saw a
Yeah,
video, we
Mona
reached
Bernstein.
out.
She's dancing
that's
for
the girl
Justin
that
Bieber and
dance.
Chris
I know
Brown.
the
Yeah.
music video. I know the music
Yes,
video.
bro.
Bro, we consume.
No,
Till
I
this
know.
day, my favorite Mikasa song is Your Body. Like La Vida is you play it all the time. It fits in everywhere. But Your Body, bro, is the most beautiful.
That's the scary thing about creating is that you hope people consume. But you don't know. Like we released the song, who cares? But then like people are asking me, how's it doing? I'm like, I don't know. Because we have to wait and see, you know?
You know, all the glory now. Okay, before all the glory, there was a brother of mine that bought a city golf in Lebogo. Bought a city golf and he bought subwoofers. And he wanted to, because that song has such big bass. So he wanted to, like, he just wanted to brag about the bass.
And that's
So he
the
played the song. So I'm like, nah, man, what's the song? Then it's like, who got bass? Then I heard the song. Then we started listening to the song. Bro, I probably played that song 70,000 times.
Yeah, it hasn't been spoken about enough. Is bass lines on Mikasa Records, and it's Peter's talent, bro. Like if you go and like here, do goom 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 goom. Boom, 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 boom. That guy's too good, bro. Like when he hears a bass line, you're like, okay, let's follow that bass line because it comes from here.
Papa J,
Appreciate you guys, man.
Yeah, man. Look, honestly, bro, from the bottom of my heart, I love you.
I love you too, dog.
I appreciate you. And thank you for being authentically you, my dog.
Thank you, man. Thank you for allowing me to be me. I feel comfortable here, so it's great.
Man.
That's
Yo,
the platform.
Jay, a lot of people have slept on you over the years, my brother. From the time you came to this country not knowing a word of English, having to learn Afrikaans and Xhosa and mixing up. Jonga, Menier. My brother, Joao Francisco Linda Butelezi, Nandos. Many have slept on you over the years. But we here on Popcorn and Cheese have never slept on you.
Never.
Thanks, fam.
So seeing as though that we are people of the South and you are from the south of Portugal, we wanted to give you this token of appreciation to say thank you for coming on the show.
I got a couch in my studio. Perfect.
That's dope. So many might have slept on you, but we're not sleeping on you, my brother. That's a token of appreciation to say thank you so much for making the time and coming to sit with us and imparting knowledge. This whole show's about we motivate and we laugh as well.
Yeah.
And I know there's so many cheese gang out there who are going to watch this and they're going to learn so much just from you opening up your mind and your hearts. Thank you, bro.
Thank you, fam. I appreciate it. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the time.
Shout out.
Until we meet again.
Chotter.
Peace
Appreciate
out.
you.
Tsitsi.
Cheese boys, cheese girls, and the cheese gang. Jay Something was here today, dropping gems, dropping high notes, dropping his full name, which is a sentence. So before we go, we usually shamelessly plug on the show. Tsitsi.
19th and 20th of April in Kabeja. One room. Get your tickets on web tickets. It's gonna be crazy.
All right. Thank you for that. Robot Boy, what are you plugging?
My Chance, the song, Kuma Kuma, the song, Clean the merch, Cotton Fist, We Never Die, We Multiply. Shout out to Gothic Artistry for this customs and Shoe Pimp's essay for the customs.
All right. Are you guys still making the Vinag version of Clean?
Folks.
Be careful out there, kids. From my side, ladies and gentlemen, Last Number Comedy will be back. The trial run was amazing. Thank you so much to everyone that came to the initial Last Number Comedy. We are bringing it back bigger and better. So please look out. If you still have tickets, we will move them to that show. Yes. So if you still have tickets for Last Number Comedy, we will move them to the new show days. Please look out for the communication on the artistry page and my page, Skumba's page, Loiso Gola's page, Mojack's page, and Robbie Collins's page. And then, of course, on the 8th of June, we all come together at Empress Palace for the Mpo Pop's birthday comedy special. Please watch The Masked Singer South Africa. We are back with the second season. Bigger masks, same detectives, same host. Even better this time. All right. And then last but not last, Jay, is there anything you'd like to shamelessly plug?
I get to plug.
Yeah.
Plug, bro. Don't be shy.
Yeah.
Don't be shy.
Go and listen to our brand new song, Who Cares? That would mean the world to us. Come and visit us at Artistry. Come and grab a bite. And don't forget to subscribe to Popcorn and Cheese. Do that.
That was a singing sensation, man of God and man of music.
Amen.
Mr. J, Jotter Joao, Francisco Jamapel, Georgie, Lisa Butelezi, Nandos.
Nando's. And guess what they're having for lunch after here? They even offered me. They said Nando's.
Yes.
Oh, God.
We wanted to make you feel at home.
Mikasa.
Because Nando's is from the south of Johannesburg.
And it's Portuguese.
Portuguese, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ah, man. But from me, the corn that pops.
And the cheese that's great.
We are Robopops. And much like Jay's new song, Who Cares? Who Cares? We are out. So today is the birthday of the most special woman in my life, my queen. So, Mom, turning 54 today. and I'm out here in Portugal. Hey, Honka Sportofito. So, to the most special woman in my life, it's your birthday today, so I decided for the first time I'm going to sing you happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear mama. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Mom. I'm going to take out that last
Popcorn and cheese. Pop, pop, yeah. Alright, you ready? Here we go, like we motivate and we laugh as well. Stay on brand, never hard to sell. Got real chats, not my LOL. So we both got gang and we blessed as hell. Se alala, asadoy. Pensando ma que está nice and moy. He one of my bundles, not a joy. Said it's pop-ups and robot boy. Said it's pop-ups and robot boy. What's up?
It's called boy like friends like these.